The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irujak.
And I'm Tracy Pat. Join me later in the Bulletin for Sports.
In this edition, KTF launches Archer Leadership Program. Madang Balsa initiative makes progress. And QRL confirm hunters to host Winham in PNG. The 1st of March opens the gates to the commemorating of women all around the world. It is the time to recognize women's achievements without regard to divisions, whether national, ethnic, linguistic, cultural, economic, or political. EU Straight PNG program is collaborating closely with the East Sepik Provincial Authority and partners to celebrate International Women's Day, set for the next Friday, March the 8th. This year, they're rallying under the empowering theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. EU Straight shared that in the collaboration, they are currently laying the groundwork for a major two-day festivity at the Sir Michael Thomas Somare Stadium in Wewak on the 7th and 8th of March. This event will be a beacon of unity, bringing together lead farmers, key financial institutions, business communities, educational institutions, and importantly, the vibrant populace of East Sepik. The partnership underscores the critical role of investing in women's potential to catalyze national and global progress. Kokoda Track Foundation has officially kicked off its 2024 Archer Leadership Development Program, marking the beginning of a transformative journey for 12 young leaders from Papua New Guinea. The announcement was made during the annual Archer Leaders Cocktail event, where the remarkable achievements of the 2023 cohort were celebrated alongside the induction of the new leaders.
The Archer Leadership Development Program, an initiative by the Australian NGO, focuses on education, health, equality and leadership. It provides final year tertiary students in PNG with a comprehensive leadership experience aimed at nurturing their potential to become exceptional leaders. Selected from a pool of 300 applicants, the 12 participants come from diverse academic backgrounds, including law, economics, engineering, and marine science. They will embark on a year-long journey that includes an exchange program in Australia, adaptive leadership workshops, industry internships, mentorship opportunities, tuition fee support, and resources for community projects. These 12 applicants from a range of academic backgrounds were chosen as the 2024 Archer Leaders. Reflecting on the impact of the program, 2023 Archer leader Luther Temai expressed how it pushed him out of his comfort zone, enabling him to grow both personally and professionally. He highlighted the importance of adaptive leadership and the confidence gained from overcoming challenges.
I can now say that we are equipped to face the real world of leadership challenges. We carry the wealth of knowledge and experience that were acquired with humility and gratitude.
The Archer Leadership Program has a proven track record of success, with over 70% of alumni actively engaged in community projects and 77% assuming leadership roles. Notably, all participants feel equipped to tackle complex challenges, contributing to positive change in their communities. Dr. Genevieve Nelson, CEO of KTF, expressed pride in the incoming cohort of Archer leaders, acknowledging their dedication to a better future for PNG. She emphasized the organization's commitment to broadening perspectives and creating networks to empower young leaders.
Broaden their perspectives, challenge mindsets, and create networks that give these young leaders a platform to create social change. from the mentoring component, and many of our incredible mentors are here in the room tonight. If you're interested in mentoring this year's cohort, please come and say hello. To the companies and organisations that host work experience placements and exchange opportunities, to the key leaders who spend time with our archers and inspire them and give them some hard truths, we say thank you to all of you.
The Archer Leadership Program, generously supported by the Fred P. Archer Trust, Newmont and Kinabank, continues to be a beacon of hope for Papua New Guinean youth, nurturing a new generation of visionary leaders poised to make a difference in their country and beyond. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
Meantime, the Archer Leadership Development Program received praise from parents like Albert and Julie Kamba, who highlighted its role in instilling valuable leadership skills in their daughter, Geta Kamba, a recent graduate of the program. Geta Kamba herself expressed gratitude to the opportunity, emphasizing her commitment to bringing positive change to PNG, especially for women.
The program is a very good program. It instills leadership programs and leadership skill set to young upcoming professional youth. So it has made a tremendous a tremendous impact on our daughter's approach towards life and towards work. And it is, like, I would say, something that is missing in.
The opposition announced through a press conference Thursday that if the vote of no confidence motion is not tabled in Parliament in May, it will take legal action. Hirikoyari MP Keith Iduhu said they expect the VONC motion to be announced on May the 30th, 2024. Iduhu said this is the process that the Constitution allows for.
At Thursday's press conference, members of the opposition announced they will seek legal redress if the third motion of vote of no confidence is not announced in the week that Parliament resumes in May this year. Member for Iri Koyari, Keith Iduu, said the opposition is expecting Parliament to put the motion on the notice paper on May 30th. Parliament returns Tuesday, May 28th. The opposition expects the Private Business Committee to vet the VONC motion on Wednesday 29th, and the Speaker must make the announcement on Thursday 30th that the VONC motion is put on the notice paper for debate for 7 days.
On legal advice, we have opted to not challenge that stance, but stand by the position that the integrity of the notice of motion that we had filed is intact. We will uphold the integrity of that notice of motion and stand by it because that is the process the Constitution allows for. The Constitution also allows that when the Parliament reconvenes, it will be the first order of business for Parliament through the committee that it has created to receive motion. Prima facie, in our view, is intact of its full integrity. There is nothing questionable about this particular notice of motion, and therefore the people of Papua New Guinea must have confidence, and we have confidence for that matter, in this notice of motion to go ahead.
Idu said if the Private Business Committee or the Speaker tamper with the motion or deal with other matters contemplated by the Supreme Court, Section 23 of the Constitution will be evoked and punitive measures will be sought from the courts.
Failing that, if the committee or the chair decides to tamper with the motion or deal with it in a manner other than contemplated by the Supreme Court, Section 23 of the Constitution will be invoked, and punitive measures will be sought from the courts thereafter. And this will, I want to explain what that means. What that means is that there are penalties to the tune of even imprisonment up to 10 years.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, MP for Sinesine Yangumol, Kerengakwa, said the opposition is now on its third BONC.
Now we are on our third notice of motion for a vote of no confidence. We are on our third. The first one was rejected for parochial reasons, which the Supreme Court says you can't do. The second one was subverted when they poached a signatory to the notice, therefore reducing the number from 12 down to 11 that should support the motion. And the third time, they refused to deal with it.
Koa said Parliament must get to the program on the matter at hand come the next Parliament sitting. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Transparency International Papua New Guinea has reminded the government and all parliamentarians that they are ultimately accountable to the people of Papua New Guinea, and the undermining democratic processes not only erodes public trust but also hinders our nation's progress and development.
Chairman of Transparency International Papua New Guinea, Peter Aichi, in a statement, says the recent reported refusal of the acting Speaker of Parliament to entertain a motion of no confidence against the Prime Minister, followed by the adjournment of Parliament until May 2024, raises serious questions about the adherence to democratic principles and further erodes public trust in our government institutions. Aichi says the motion of no confidence is a fundamental tool within our parliamentary system, allowing elected representatives to hold the executive accountable. Aichi stressed that denying its consideration without due process is an affront to the democratic rights of both the opposition and the people they represent. It unfortunately perpetuates a culture of impunity and weakens the already fragile checks and balances within the government and fuels an environment rife to corrupt behavior.
Mr. Speaker, we like move some adjourn Parliament. Mr. Speaker. Order.
Aichi says the Parliament needs to recommit itself to its role as being the house of the people and take on important matters such as the debate and adoption of the report by the Special Parliamentary Committee on General Elections so that meaningful electoral reforms can take place to restore integrity to our political processes. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, 2 judges welcomed and IMF reopens office in PNG.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
Do you happen to know who he is, do you?
Welcome to the RIPD.
I got this.
We have to trust each other.
Yes or no?
His accusers are two of the most powerful forces in the world.
What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window!
It's up to us, so let's go be heroes.
Eat your heart out.
Welcome back. ABC International Development is collaborating with Papua New Guineans' National Health Promotion Campaign, Talk Immunity, to combat vaccination misinformation and enhance public trust in vaccinations. The Talk Immunity app, translating to Talk About Immunity, equips provincial health workers with digital and physical resources to address rumors and misinformation effectively within communities.
A comprehensive 5-week national multimedia campaign aims to educate PNG citizens about the significance of vaccination, while introducing health workers to an innovative digital app featuring educational videos, fact sheets, and a chat function. All resources are tailored to accommodate varying levels of internet access, language preferences, and knowledge about vaccinations prevalent among health workers. Rob Batten, representing ABCID PNG, highlighted the campaign's significance as a milestone in utilizing communication and digital platforms to disseminate essential health information across PNG.
Today, I would like to suggest, represents the fruits of partnership. This is, I would like to suggest as well, a step for the government of PNG to use the power of communication and the digital world to reach out across the country to provide essential information. Talk Immunity is a national campaign led by the Department of Health, and it tackles vaccination misinformation and we hope boosts public trust in vaccination. Talk Immunity, which in my language means talking about immunity, puts digital and physical resources into the hands of particularly health workers in the provinces and the districts. It empowers them, we hope, to confidently have the conversation with local citizens about the vaccination program.
Daisy Rawaro, speaking on behalf of the Australian High Commission, expressed gratitude for the support provided by the Australian government and the Australian NGOs through the Australian Humanitarian Partnership.
Between the Australian government and Australian NGOs for the development of the resources which are being launched today for the Talk Immunity campaign. Well done. We are grateful for the support provided by the government of Papua New Guinea since the inception of the idea behind the campaign. Well, thank you very much, everyone. As Mr. Honani said, it was a long journey to get to here today. Usually at launches, you see all the nice, the nice video.
Ken White, Deputy Secretary of Public Health Services, emphasized the urgent need to improve immunization coverage and overall healthcare indicators in PNG. He highlighted challenges such as low child immunization rates, rising rates of diseases like TB, HIV, and malaria, and insufficient healthcare infrastructure.
Yeah, our child health indicators, especially immunization, is kind of going down, and Martha has spoken at 40%. Not right, and I'm a very worried man, very, very worried man. We cannot run a population with that kind of indicators. This media go and tell every Papua New Guinean, 12 million of them, tell them, you walk him, Gadena.
The campaign launched on February 29, 2024, with support from the PNG National Department of Health and the Australian government, reflects a collaborative effort to leverage media expertise and community engagement in promoting public health practices. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
2 new judges of the National and Supreme Court were welcomed into the law and justice sector of Papua New Guinea at the Waigani National and Supreme Court today. While welcoming the 2 new members, another judge was bade farewell.
Justice Susan Pakon Shirley and Justice Derek Hood, both expatriates, were officially welcomed into the National and Supreme Court of Papua New Guinea today in Port Moresby. While the justice sector acknowledges the input of both judges, it said goodbye to Justice Jerry L. Shepherd, who retired on personal grounds. Minister for Justice and Attorney General Pilla Niningi said the 2 new judges will bring to the justice sector vast experience.
Susan Shelley, certainly this sitting on there is not a new thing. You've been sitting in the courts before, and your experience is very much needed in this country. And with the fellow judges, I'm sure you're giving everything and we will take this further. Justice Derek Wood is certainly, it's not a new country to you, and you have been serving as a lawyer, but taking on a judge role is a new field. You have seen the country and you have seen the experience, and you have made comments for an guest. So if you make a comments, I guess it's your turn to assist us in development.
He said there are a lot of challenges in the PNG justice sector. The minister said bringing in expatriates will help lift the level of justice sector in the country. The 2 new judges will serve 3 terms each in the National and Supreme Court.
Yes, but we can certainly extend the terms. But we will discuss with use of legal services whether it's 10 years sufficient or whether we could increase or some other 5 or 6 or maybe 10 years, and we could consider to the foreign judges. So we wanted to have a long term, you can say, but 3 years to get the field, stay on and if you like the country, you can extend to apply to stay.
President of PNG Law Society, Ubed Namani, said PNG is currently faced with the increase in law and order issues. He challenged the new judges to be diligent when administrating their duties.
Justices Pedensali and Justices Wood, you are joining the bench during a period of immense challenge in Papua New Guinea. We are confronted with severe threats to the rule of law, from tribal conflicts instigating tragic loss of lives, to public disorder causing significant economic harm, and high levels of corruption that is affecting our societies and the state. In the face of these trying circumstances, it is imperative that justice be administered diligently and impartially by the judiciary without any hint of bias and undue influence.
The Minister for Justice and the President of the PNG Law Society also thanked Justice Shepherd for his services to the justice sector in Papua New Guinea. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The Madang Balsa Project initiative has gained momentum. The initiative is into final development phase phases towards being a fully fledged cooperative society. The steering committee is currently working on the policy framework and implementation plan. It has gathered all its farmer members from the 6 districts for a meet and greet and to begin nominating board members for the Madang Balsa Cooperative. Balsa project manager Denson Javon said they currently have a list of 67,000 Balsa farmers from the 6 districts. The number continues to grow. Javon said it is an indication of the interest in balsa production and export. The Madang Balsa Cooperative is on its way to being a fully fledged organization. The steering committee is currently putting together its police framework and implementation plan. 67,000 balsa farmers from across the 6 districts have registered, and the number continues to grow with more people showing an interest. Isidore Gemon, Vice President for Almami LLG in Bogia District, started advocating for local productions of balsa in 2021. Many people in his village took on the challenge. Today they are excited about the establishment of the Balsa Cooperative Society.
Planning sometime 1 year, 1 year old, 1 year, sample 1 year, 2 months old now. That's how. So the series still there, in the series. But then strong play or man place, how me producting deliveries, how me producting work in the series, meeting working, no strong, no common I think but and working on it. So I'm almost 3/4 of Almami, me covering on them seeds now.
Gemon has planted over 6,000 balsa trees. He continues planting every 3 months in the hope of meeting the export and market demand. He is looking forward to contributing to Madang's revenue.
I mean, we introduced him to start doing planning. We can come up with the planning. I thought the year I'm sorry about. But then with the cooperative that organization in Madang now, me I'm much low. I'm selling because you know like him selling more about the revenue belonging by about benefit. We like him but Madang must benefit. Just because Pokota man is stable no planning, people no planning, so I did first thought. But now, you said type of project map, you must come up, satu Madang must come up. People Madang must say how much that. What you planning and be doing this la thinking blow revenue.
Deputy District Administrator for Madang Urban LLG, Mercy Timaus, a balsa farmer himself, told fellow farmers in the district that the administration has captured balsa in its district plan for project funds. He said this plan is aligned to the medium-term development plan 4. Mr. Timaus encouraged other districts to allocate funding to balsa production also.
All the districts almost capturing more of the funding for agriculture. Like in this, like money the MPA. MPA is education, health, and ALF, the agriculture department. So now you start no voucher now, meaning that all must capture in the plain blow outside inside the province. Not to one district and LGs. LG by you work in development 5-year development plan, you including voucher. Okay, come to district when you work in development plan for district and including Mr. Amas by LG blue here. Like in plan blow voucher but stop inside. So I'm back on the province. So I got like downstream now. With acquisition money, it's hooked up already. You go to the ORD office, your development office, for Mospina, you can get some question stop the 5-year plan. If you do not have a plan, how will you secure your money?
Mr. Javon said once the cooperative society is established and running, they will work on setting up a mill. They also plan to conduct a survey to assess whether or not they can meet the demand of the export market if it is brought into Madang province. The project is targeted to distribute 10 million seedlings this year throughout the 6th district. Currently, East New Britain is the only province exporting balsa. The International Monetary Fund has reopened its office in Papua New Guinea after a 20-year hiatus. Prime Minister James Marape officially opened the IMF office at the Kina House at Harbour City in Port Moresby on Thursday.
The International Monetary Fund has resumed operations of its permanent representation office in Papua New Guinea, located in Port Moresby. Prime Minister James Marape was the guest of honor and officially cut the ribbon on Thursday afternoon to officially open the office. The Prime Minister says the opening of the IMF office symbolically signals and welcomes them back into PNG.
Under the invitation, their presence back in PNG now going 5 years, with the presence of Mr. Sorag as a resident coordinator of IMF in PNG. It's a testament and evident that they're serious about their presence here. We want to welcome you back into Port Moresby. Economy, I always use the word economy feeds the country. Economy is the mother of the country. Economy is enables the country to be functional. And it is every government's interest to ensure economy is stronger, resilient to shocks and attacks, and ensure that the country is benefiting from a growth and stronger economy.
Marape says with IMF presence in the country, it completes the established multilaterals the country needed, including World Bank and the Asia Development Bank.
Mr. Lee, you're certainly welcome into Port Moresby. As I said earlier in our meeting, PNG is not a bad place. We have our fair set of challenges, but we are a robust democracy. We're waiting to fix our democracy. Within this, we want it to be a stronger free market capital economy that allows for business to thrive in the middle of this Indo-Pacific world that we are engaged in right now. So,
IMF Deputy Managing Director Bo Lee says they are delighted to be back in PNG and committed to working with the government going forward.
This underscores how much the IMF values our growing engagement and strong partnership with Papua New Guinea, where the economic outlook is bright. Sustained growth in non-resource sectors such as agriculture and services, and the reopening of the Porgera gold mine will likely bring benefits this year. And while inflation is expected to increase, it should remain below historical average. In the medium term, the outlook remains positive. Of course, a drop in global commodity price brings some downside risks, but upside risks include prospects for new investment in the resource sector, which would help boost growth, exports, and fiscal revenue.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2660 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2585 US, $0.3952 Australian dollars, $0.2317 euro, and 38.45 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, cocoa, and crude oil closed higher, copra and copper closed lower, while palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great fumu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Attention rice lovers! We are giving away 300,000 kina worth of scaled school money. 1,000 kina could be yours. With 300 winners and 4 fortnightly draws, your chances are higher than ever. Buy any 1 kg to 20 kg scale or ori rice, cut out the grown for PNG stamp, put it in an envelope with your name, contact details, and drop it in an entry box at selected outlets. Promotion ends March 29, 2024. Hurry and win big with scale and ori rice. Follow us on social media for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Olmagi, scale him. Yo, you know que tiki lo walk na school tasol. Nemba yimi soto kage na hungry. Got it in big sounding straight. Back to my roots. Go get the bag. Moving in formal. Coming up fast. Back to my roots. Go get the bag. Moving in formal. Coming up fast.
I'll be the jack of all trades and master of none. Cause times is hard.
Formula One is back right here at the Bahrain International Circuit.
Brilliant! What a superb move!
Gotta be a satisfying feeling.
Thanks for staying with us. To overseas, officials are planning for China's foreign minister to come to Australia for high-level talks within weeks, as both countries prepare for Premier Ling Qiang to make a state visit later this year. According to ABC, the federal government has signaled it's determined to maintain dialogue with top leaders in Beijing, despite tensions between the two countries flaring once again in the wake of the suspended death sentence handed to Australian academic Yang Hengjun. While no dates for the Premier's visit have been set or announced, the ABC was told it could happen mid this year. In the meantime, Australian officials are planning to host the 7th Australia-China Foreign and Strategic Dialogue. The last dialogue was held in late 2022 when Foreign Minister Penny Wong met China's State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Beijing. It is an added day every 4 years that exists to counter the fact that the Earth's orbit is in precisely 365 days a year. February the 29th is already the rarest birthday to have, and now one Adelaide family is celebrating an extraordinary coincidence. Their newborn son shares a very special leap year birthday with his dad.
You joined the world at 9:04 a.m. on February 29th on a leap year day that comes around just once every 4 years.
It's just really amazing, and it's our first try as well, so we don't know how can we express, but it's just really emotional at the moment, so yeah.
To make the day even more unique, Father Danny Nguyen is also a leap year baby.
I don't have a present for you on 29th this year, but the baby coming, and he said it's a big present. He's so surprised now.
Both father and son are also born in the year of the dragon.
The year of dragon is always a strong baby, lovely, and the most people they want to get the baby born in this year too.
Little Hugh wasn't the only Leap Day baby born in Adelaide. Baby Miles also joined the rare group known as Leaplings after he waited a little longer to arrive than his expected due date on the 27th.
He planned to stay in as long as he wanted, and it was definitely not what we planned. I wanted it all natural, and turned into be a last-minute C-section.
Yeah, it's cool that we only have to do one birthday every 4 years, but...
The Australian Bureau of Statistics says last leap year, in 2020, only 568 people were born on February 29th.
Not too sure what he's going to have in the future and his birthdays, but it was good just to have him here.
A beautiful arrival and rare moments on a unique day.
A Canberra family has opened up about the challenges they have faced assessing early education for their son who was born with a rare brittle bone disease. They are hoping their story will prompt the federal government to fix its so-called tailored support program so children with complex and high needs aren't excluded from a fundamental stage of learning.
Starting preschool was a big moment for Finn Johnson and his family.
He comes home and he is so happy. He talks about his friends, about playing.
Finn was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, a rare condition that means his bones break easily and often. At just 4.5, he's already endured more than 20 fractures.
I got that scar, and that scar, and that scar, and that scar.
Whoa!
And the scar on my bum.
When Finn was 2, his parents enrolled him in daycare. For the centre to cater for his needs, it needed funding from the federal government's inclusion support program. Most important for Finn was one-on-one support to minimise his risk of fracture.
It's really important for somebody else to be there.
While the funding application was processed, Finn's parents supervised him at the centre, draining their carers' leave. 2 months and no progress later, they had to pull the pin.
Finn was devastated. He sobbed, and we'd drive past the centre regularly, and he'd ask us when he was going back to big school like his brother.
8 months after that, the application was formally rejected.
That meant that the inclusion support program was neither inclusive nor supportive.
The Minister concedes the program isn't fit for purpose, and it should be.
I am 100% committed to this, and Finn's case is just one of many cases that I've heard.
Finn's pathway to preschool has been much more accommodating, despite his attendance requiring a bathroom renovation, playground upgrades and a classroom overhaul, all of which came with a hefty bill that the ACT government footed.
It's worth every dollar, because to see his joy and for him to have his first experience at preschool is really, really important. You can't replace that.
An important milestone for a boy who has missed out for far too long.
Students at Curtin University in Perth are reeling from campus rent increases of up to $100 a week amid the cost of living crisis. The university, the biggest in Western Australia, says that the rent increases are not so dramatic and attribute them to the end of generous COVID-19 subsidies.
Curtin University student Mansi Matu paid $145 a week for her on-campus one-bedroom accommodation last year.
This is it. Starts from there, ends there. That's a space that I keep my clothes in.
But she says the rent has gone up by almost $100 this year.
It is crazy increase in rent. $100 is a lot for a student coming from an international ground where you don't even earn that much. You're a casual employee.
As an international student from India, she can work a maximum of 24 hours a week. The rent rise means she's had to cut back sharply on her food and essentials budget from $150 to $100 a week. And it's hitting rural and regional students like Jess Rowland from Albany just as hard.
Especially from what I walked into, because not only have you got the rent prices, you've got the one-off prices for the cleaning, and yet I had to do a lot of cleaning. There was mould in one of the fridges.
They're not alone in facing rent increases.
So around this area, about $80 to $100 a week.
Curtin University Guild says it's unjustified.
especially during the cost of living crisis. You know, an extra $100 a week is the difference between groceries, getting petrol in your car.
Students like Mansi Matu say the steep rent increases would have been easier to take if the amenities had been improved, but they haven't. And they say on a hot day it's almost unbearable with no air conditioning. Curtin University says on average rents have gone up by $36 a week, reflecting the end of COVID-19 subsidies and inflation.
But I think what's not been taken into account is that post-COVID we've entered a cost of living crisis and a lot of students are struggling far greater than what they did before COVID.
The university says it offers financial support of up to $3,000 per year for 250 students experiencing hardship.
Kate, the Princess of Wales, is doing well as she continues to recover from abdominal surgery, according to a Kensington Palace spokesperson. The spokesperson brushed off recent social media speculation about Kate's health, telling ABC News in a statement Thursday, Kensington Palace made it clear in January the timelines of the princess's recovery and would only be providing significant updates. That guidance stands. Previously, the last major update the palace had provided on Kate came on Jan the 29th when Kate returned home to Windsor following a nearly 2-week hospital stay after undergoing what the palace described as a planned abdominal surgery in mid-January. The lack of updates about Kate's health combined with her absence from the public eye, as well as her husband, Prince William, recently missing a royal engagement due to a personal matter, have led to rampant speculation online about Kate's well-being. And that ends the news segment. We'll have Tracy with sports after the break. Stay with us.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Get ready for more! Digicell's new Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. Now with more options, more plans, and more time. Choose from our daily plans, now valid for 24 hours, weekly plans, or even a monthly plan from our suite of Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. All with more data and starting from as low as 1 kina. Yes, you heard right. What's up, that's all? Yes, yeah! Only Digicell's Big Plus Supersized Data Plans gives you more. Activate today on my Digicell app or dial *675# only with Digicell.
Halo, mi orang bukannya. Biar bisa ke na ibang ko si OnePlus video club. Video it.
Hands up!
Welcome to the RIPD. We're bounty hunters for rogue souls that escaped judgment.
I got this.
Our job is to find them and send them to where their ticket got punched. Hell, Roy. We send them to hell.
Oh, that was unexpected. RIPD 2, Rise of the Damned. Premieres Friday, March 29th, 10 p.m. on Cinemax.
Studio TV. All right, Mika.
Back. Port Moresby women's softball defending Queens United Sisters are bracing themselves for another uphill battle this Saturday when they face off with an underdogs Saints, who gave favourite Bears a good run for their money in last week's semi-final. Saints fall short by 2 rounds. United Sisters have big game experience and would use the momentum of last week's come-from-behind victory over Gazelle to knock off Saints for the right to meet Bears in their title defense next week. In the women's B-grade semi-final, Bears are looking to bounce back when they meet Gazelle in Saturday's mixture at 10 a.m. Gazelle were too strong for Mariners in the elimination final, ranking up 17 rounds to 2. This should put Bears on notice. The winner of B-grade final will meet Cherbu next week, while the outcome of the A-grade encounter will determine who meet Bears in the Big Dance on the 9th of March 2024. Cricket PNG's selection process to finalize the Garamut men's under-19 team enters its next phase as focus shift to the 18-player train-on squad to complete in 50-over matches this weekend at Bisney Oval, Port Moresby. Training started on Monday, 19 February 2024 and will continue over the next 5 weeks.
The PNG Garamut's Train and Selection Program will see young cricket enthusiasts vying for the final 18-player squad to feature in the international events. Garamut's head coach Jack Vare said the program will include strategy and tactical classroom sessions and skill work training alongside strength and conditioning sessions. This will enable the selectors to pick the best Garamut's squad. The selection committee comprises David Bishop, head of selectors, Rodney Maha, talent identification manager, Chris Amini, men's selector, Garamut's head coach Jack Vare and senior manager and Garamut's head coach Tatenda Taibu on his return from the Barramundis tour. Hence, the final 18-player squad selected will be announced between the 15th and 19th of April 2024, before Garamut's team travels to the ICC East Asia Pacific Division II qualifier in Apia, Samoa in July. Meanwhile, the Cialis under-19 team is also well into their preparation for Bali for the ICC EAP Under-19 World Cup qualifier from May 13th to 22, 2024. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
40 teams in the Under-20 division converge at the Moresby Southside Stadium today for today of the match anticipated 2024 JT Super 9s tournament. The round-robin games played in 20 pools will conclude on Saturday with the top 16 teams to proceed to the Cup quarterfinals next week. Meanwhile, the senior men and women games will start on Thursday next week, culminating in all finals on Sunday, 10th March 2024.
The much-delayed JT Super 9's Rugby League Challenge eventually got underway yesterday, Thursday, at the Moresby Southside Stadium with 40 under-20 teams competing in 20 pools. Games will continue tomorrow before the top 16 are decided for the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, the senior men and women games will kick off next Thursday, culminating in the finals the following Sunday.
We started yesterday round 1. And then we never had any hiccups, but in the middle of the game we have to come across with some hiccups, just the aging groups of the under-20s. So we've identified those areas and we've worked on it. And on those areas of the aging groups, as the Moresby South affiliate teams, the 16 teams, we have that pro rata for the under-20s division. So we had to go back and click onto those, the datas, check on which groups were removed, advise them to go out and play in the senior division. And the division teams, they were told yesterday to come in with their form of ID or the birth certificates to confirm that they're eligible to play in the under 20s. So some teams complied. They brought in their birth certificates and just to confirm that they within the aging group, the under 20s, they can take part in the under 20s.
Kumbi said despite the huge number of teams participating this year, all games have proceeded well as expected. He again thanked his hard-working committee and volunteers for their commitment and hard work in making sure teams comply with game schedules and spectators abide by the tournament rules and standards.
So I have my working committees around with me, the coordinators and the muscles are there working accordingly. They're complying with the instructions carried out. Just we're rolling the team. It's nice, so one team goes in, one team goes out. We're rolling with the team, so we're getting there.
He said the Under-20 challenge will continue Saturday before they decide the top 16 teams to proceed to the quarterfinals ahead of the senior men and women's games next week.
We'll go for the final round game will be tomorrow, the third round. We have 3 round robin games for each division, each pools. And then we go in for the top 16. From there, we decide the pool winners, the cup, the bowl, and the plate. And then the winners will be on standby, and we'll host the grand final for this tournament in 1. The senior men's and the senior women's will come in next week, Thursday, and all the grand finals will be played.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Queensland Rugby League boss Ben Hikin has confirmed the PNG Hunters will host Queensland Cup games in a massive boost to the code and NRL after recent civil unrest. The Queensland Rugby League has announced it will host games of its statewide competition in Papua New Guinea in a huge boost to the code and the NRL's expansion plans.
The killing of at least 26 men in a civil unrest in the PNG Highlands in mid-February led to the QRL holding meetings with key stakeholders over whether the PNG Hunters would host Manly in Port Moresby on March 9 in the opening round of the Queensland Hostplus Cup. QRL CEO Ben Hikin told AAP on Thursday that they're hosting the game in PNG because it is safe enough to do it. Hikin said Manly will travel up for round 1 of the Hostplus Cup, and he's traveling as well. QRL chairman Bruce Archer told AAP recently that player safety was paramount given that rioting and looting rocked Port Moresby and the nation's second largest city Lae in January when at least 15 people were killed. Hikin said the Australian High Commission had since given the same advice that they had given to all of their own staff, that is safe to travel and move around Port Moresby. QRL partnered with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade and the Australian government to work with the PNG RFL and the PNG Hunters to develop rugby league in PNG. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has spoken often about the Australian government's desire to support the institution of an NRL side in PNG in an expanded competition. The NRL is also keen to bring in a PNG side, with ARL Commission Chairman Peter V'landys stating last week that the aim would be to base the side in PNG rather than previously mooted Cairns. The QRL has been the prime mover in laying the groundwork for such a move with their long-standing partnership with the PNG Hunters in the statewide competition partnership. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
For the first time ever, the NRL Telstra Premiership session will kick off on America land. The 2024 season opening double-header will be played on Saturday, 2nd March 2024, local time, at the world's greatest arena, Allegiant Stadium, and will be telecasted live on digital TV1 Sports channel at 1:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. respectively on Sunday, 3rd March. With the Sea Eagles taking on the Rabbitohs and the Roosters going head-to-head with the Broncos. It is history in the making.
But not as you know it.
The NRL has made the historic decision to launch the 2024 season in Las Vegas with 2 matches to be played in the famous US city. The doubleheader will be played on Saturday, March 2, local time at the Allegiant Stadium and broadcast live to Australia and New Zealand at 1:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. respectively on Sunday, March 3. NRL CEO Andrew Abdo expressed his excitement about taking Australian Rugby League to a newer frontier. The 2024 Las Vegas matches will form part of an exciting Australia Week in Las Vegas, where we will be showcasing Rugby League and Australia to the US market, Abdo said. Rugby League will be on a stage which the sport has simply never been on before and look forward to giving all clubs the opportunity in the coming years. The 2 matches will be played at Allegiant Stadium, which is located in Paradise, Las Vegas, Nevada. The capacity of the stadium is typically 65,000. It is the home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
That's it for sports. Over to you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Tracy. And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Port Moresby cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Homase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, partly cloudy with some possible showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Kimber, cloudy with few showers. Highlands, scattered showers and thunderstorms with some areas of patchy rain. All centers partly cloudy and few showers with possible thunderstorm. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, smooth to slight with southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, smooth to slight with west to northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samaria Islands. Waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to Siasi Long Islands. Sea 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Horn Gulf to Finchafan. Waters of New Britain to New Island. Seas 0.5 to 1 meter. And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.